Hi everyone, good day to you. My name is Dr. Lms of Department of Physics, University of Lagos. This is another session for workshop practice lecture. So today we are going to talk about the introduction to metalworking. This is another new topic under workshop practice, introduction to metalworking. So what is meant by metalworking? Metalworking is the process of working with materials called metals to create individual parts, assemblies, and large-scale structures. Metalworking occupations are blacksmith, that's smith, blacksmith, goldsmith, founder, machinist, tool and die maker, welder, boiler maker, plumber, furniture makers. So all these occupations, they are making use of metals for the fabrication, for production of tools and equipment that we are using in our lab, that we are using at our home, at office, everywhere. So anything that is made up of metals, these are professions that produce them one by one. Metalworking. The term manufacture derived from two Latin words, manus and factus. Manus means hand and factus means make, which means that metalworking is the occupation that involves making of any devices, any tools, any machinery with hand. That is the etymological meaning of manufacture. That is the root meaning of it. And also the Oxford English Dictionary defines manufacture as to make or produce goods in large quantities using machinery. That is how the dictionary defines it. And let us move further. Manufacturing can be broadly classified into subtractive manufacturing, additive manufacturing, and forming manufacturing. That is the current classifications of the manufacturing that are related to metalworking. Subtractive manufacturing involves removing section of a material by machining or cutting it away. It can be carried out manually or more commonly by traditional or computer numerical control CNC machine. So this is a lathe operation. This one is a milling operation. This one is a planer operation, and this one is a shaper. So there's a tool. All the machines, they have their own tools fitted to the tool post to remove some part of the material from the core material to finished products. So this type of operation here that you see here, they are referred to as subtractive manufacturing. So you get your material that you want to use to machine to the precise dimension. So the machine cutting tool will be removing the part off gradually till it reaches the final stage of the parts you are machining. So the operation that are involved in this one, or this one, lathe, milling, planer, and shaper, they are simply referred to as subtractive manufacturing. The next one is additive manufacturing. It is a sequential sedimentation of materials to form a pre-designed shape. Sequential sedimentation of material to form a pre-designed shape. That is additive manufacturing. Example of additive manufacturing is 3D printers. 3D printing, they are very useful for rapid prototype development. So this is additive manufacturing. If you want to produce anything with 3D printer, you design it. After designing it, you load your machine with the drawing of what you want to produce, supply the filament that want to be used in the machine. So it will be produce it layer by layer to the end. It will start from zero 10, 20, 30 to 100% till it finished the product that's 3D painted. So all this one here that you are seeing here, prototype, they are 3D painted with a 3D printing machine. They are referred to as additive manufacturing. So the subtractive manufacturing that I made mention earlier on, majority of our machine, our machine in our workshop, physics workshop, they are subtractive manufacturing tools, whereby these 3D printers, they are available at Innovation and Research Center of University of Lagos, at CITS, it's available there. It's also available at the Central Research Lab of University of Lagos. And also, the 3D printer machine, 3D printing manufacturing is not limited to the metalworking alone. They are using it in building construction now. They are using it in woodworking as well, to 3D paint in plastic industry as well. They are making use of it to 3D paint any object you want to use. That is additive manufacturing. The next one is a forming manufacturing. Forming manufacturing are manufacturing processes in which the material is deformed plastically to take the shape of the die geometry. So what's involved in this one, simply in a layman language, it involves the blacksmith operation, the smith operation, the fonder operation, that's foundry and forge. Forge is related to smith, whereby you insert your metal into forge or furnace to soak the material, and you use hammer to beat to the required shape you want. And as well, the foundry, that is when you melt your material, you melt it to a liquid form, and you pour it to a prepare mode to take the shape of the shape you want it to take. That is a casting. So forming manufacturing of 3 types. Number 1, bulk metal forming. 2, sheet metal forming. 3, powder metal forming. This is the classification of forming manufacturing. So the tools used for such deformation are called die, punch, etc. Depend on the type of the process you want. Classification of forming manufacturing. So you can see the diagram here. The bulk forming is of this one. We have a primary operation, we have secondary operation. Under the primary operation of the bulk forming is the cast ingot to shape, such as bar, sheet, plate, and tubes. Whereby the bulk forming for the secondary operation involve forging, extruding, drawing, straightening, and sizing. And the second type of forming is the sheet forming. Under the sheet forming, we have deep drawing, blanking, punching, bending, spining, piercing, and shearing. And whereby for the powder metal forming, under that one, we have powder forging, powder extruding, powder injection, molding. So all this one, they are classification of the forming manufacturing. Differences between subtractive manufacturing, additive manufacturing, and forming manufacturing, they are well stated here. They are well stated. So the additive, as earlier on said, it involves adding layers of material to create an object, whereby subtractive manufacturing is the remove material from an object, and forming manufacturing is addition or removal of layers, material that is not needed. So this is the difference between each one of them and their tools they are using. Check them properly and read it. Okay, let us move to the metalworking manufacturing processes. So there are different metalworking manufacturing processes. Manufacturing processes used in working of metal may be classified as 1. Processes used primarily to change the shape of metals. To change the shape of metals. So these processes involve casting, forging, bending, rolling, etc. And number 2, processes used for machining parts to plane dimension. So if you want to machine any part into plane dimension, The processes that involve is turning, shaping, drilling, boring, and sawing, etc. And also the third one is the processes which change the physical property of metals. So if you want to alter the microstructure of materials, you subject it to heat treatment, cold and hot working. I believe we've discussed about this one under the material engineering, that the factors that affect the material engineering materials. So the next process is the processes used in joining parts or materials together. So after you cut your metal into pieces, I want to assemble them together to a single component. The process that involved in that way is welding, soldering, brazing, sintering, mechanical fastening, and adhesive bonding. So if you want to assemble your different parts, metallic parts together, after you've machined them, after you've produced it, either with the 3D printer or with the subtractive manufacturing or forming part, you want to assemble it together. This is all the method you are going to use, all the process that entail. So the last manufacturing process that are available is the processes used primarily to obtain a surface finish. So after you produce your object, you want to give it aesthetic feature, you want it to look nice. So the process that involves is polishing, electroplating, and parkerizing, among others. So all these, they are referred to as metalworking manufacturing processes. So the next lecture will be based on the metalworking tools. Get ready for that. Have a nice moment. Thank you for your listening. Bye-bye.